Hey guys, it's Nitro here, and today I want to go over the required system specs for the open beta test and, therefore the game of Monster Hunter Wilds itself. So let's just jump right into it. So if you want to play at 1080p, 30 FPS, you're going to need 16 gigs of RAM. This is the really thing that's been really pops out to me. 16 gigs of RAM, I guess, is normal nowadays. Wow. Technology's come a a long way. I'm just getting old. I don't know. Probably both. You're gonna need some older processors. Yeah, these are pretty old, so that makes sense. And then 1660 Super or 5600 XT. VRAM 6 gigs or more is required, and then storage is just like 29 gigs on an SSD. SSD required. That makes sense. I mean, newer games, I would put on SSDs like regardless. Hard drives are just like you could put it on a hard drive, but it would just run awfully. So the SSD is definitely for like every game now. Recommended specs now for 1080p. So 1080p, this has 60 FPS with frame generation. I'm not really sure what frame generation is. I'm not too sure. But the CPU jumps up quite substantially. And then the graphics card, huge jump up here. So they recommend a 4060, a 2070 Super, or a 6700 XT. And these are like a little, these like probably like 4 years old, but even still, I think, on Steam, they do charts that show like the average, like what GPUs people are using. And I think that a lot of people are using like probably around the 20 card. So most people should be okay, but if you're not running these graphics cards, then it might be time to upgrade. And yeah, now's a good time with the new NVIDIA series coming out soon. And if you want to play on high at 1440p, 60 FPS, this is where things jump up a little bit. Not so much the processor actually. So the processor stay the same, the RAM stays the same, but the graphics card jumps up to 4060 Ti or 7700 XT. And then the VRAM stays the same too. So this is a pretty big jump up if you want to play at 1440p, 60 FPS. Makes sense, the higher resolution, right? All that stuff. But an Ultra, you're gonna want okay, again, the CPU doesn't really go up that much. So this game seems to be a really more GPU intensive game. That varies for every game. Most of them are GPU bound, but sometimes the CPU does have a big impact on things, and you don't want your CPU to be bottlenecking you. Um, but yeah, you want a graphics card looks like with 12 gigs or more of VRAM, and then a 4070 Ti or 700 800 XT. So with frame generation on the graphics Ultra tab. So this is Ultra at 4K. So these cards are actually not like these are actually pretty reasonable cards. Yeah, they're last generation, or now it'd be last generation with the 50 series coming out, but these are still pretty big cards though, and this is for 60 FPS. Yeah, I think you can get a lot more FPS if you turn like graphics down at low. This is all Ultra 4K. Like if you turn it down low 4K, you probably get like 100 or something. So those are the required specs. I think the only thing that really stands out to me is the RAM. 16 gigs of RAM is a lot, even for minimum requirements. I understand high and ultra, but for 1080p at 30 FPS, 16 gigs of RAM is a lot. But maybe that's just how the game runs. I'm not sure. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think about the game. I haven't played the beta yet. I didn't play the first round. I'm playing the second round, and let me know how it ran, how it feels to play, if it's smooth. The gameplay looks pretty good than videos I've seen, but sometimes it does look a little laggy. I mean, I'm not sure if that's on console or filmed on PC, and that's a big difference too. But this is all for just PC. But anyways, guys, thumbs up, like, subscribe. Let me know you guys are running for hardware as well, and it might be time to upgrade for some people for sure, especially if this is a big game for you. I'll see you guys in the next one.